With a song in my heart, the story of men and their music, of composers who really had a song in their heart. Just Around the Corner, a hit song of the 20s from the fertile imagination of one of America's most outstanding songwriters, Harry von Tilzer. In fact, the name of von Tilzer is almost synonymous with Tin Pan Alley. For no fewer than 3 von Tilzers, Harry, Albert, and Will, all achieved fame in the field of turning out popular tunes. But to Harry goes the honor of putting the family name on the map. He was born in 1872, came from a musical family, and became quite a good pianist at an early age. After running away from home when only 14 years old, and joining up with the circus, he eventually drifted into small-time variety as an entertainer and pianist. At the age of 26, in the year 1898, Harry von Tilzer hadn't got very far. We find him sharing a room with lyric writer Andrew Sterling in an unpretentious tenement on New York's East Side.
Well, what's to do, Andy? Whichever way you look at things, we're flat broke.
Yeah. If they had round-the-world tours for a dime, I couldn't go as far as the front door.
And we owe 3 months' rent. And the old girl that runs this joint is fast running out of patience.
Yeah, you ain't telling me a thing. She told me yesterday we'd have to do something about it. Or else.
Yeah, that's obvious. Shh. Might be her now.
Mr. Von Tilzer! Mr. Von Tilzer! It's all right. I know you're in there. Well, here's your notice.
Well, looks like this is it. She's put a note under the door.
Yeah, and it says if we don't pay her $5 in advance by tonight, we're out.
Heck, Harry. We just gotta do something.
Well, let's go. We've tried out almost every music publisher in town except one, the Orphean Music Company. Let's get right down there and see if we can sell them that New Hampshire song.
They'd better take it. No one else wants it.
And shortly afterwards, we find these 2 boys down at the office of the manager of the Orphean Music Publishers.
Well, this is the song, sir. I'll play it and Andy will sing it. It's a terrific number.
It had better be. I haven't had a song hit in years. Shoot.
Now the sunshine lingers there, and the roses bloom as fair in the wildwood where together we would roam. churchyard near sleeps the one I loved so dear. On the hills of my old New Hampshire home.
Not bad, not bad.
Then you take it, sir?
No. Before I come to a decision, I want my daughter to hear it. But I tell you what, I'll give you a $5 advance on it. If my daughter likes it, I'll buy it outright for an additional $10. What say?
It isn't very much.
Okay, we'll take it. Remember that room rent.
All right. I'm probably paying far too much for it, but it's a deal.
And that's how my old New Hampshire home, which sold over 1 million copies, came before the public. A song that's become a standard seller and one of the most beloved of all barbershop harmony numbers. Every town or village that boasted a quartet always made certain that my old New Hampshire home was in its repertoire. If you took in a concert or maybe a stag party, it's 1,000,000 to 1 that before the night ended, 4 gentlemen, complete with handlebar moustaches, would soulfully render this old song.
Down the sunshine lingers there, and the roses bloom as fair. In the wildwood where together we would roam. In the village churchyard near sleeps the one I love so dear. On the hills of my old New Hampshire home. New Hampshire home.
Fortunately, the story of that song has a happy ending. Some years later, it was taken over by the well-known publishing firm of Shapiro Bernstein, and those good folk induced Harry von Tilzer to give up the stage and concentrate on songwriting. At the same time, they gave him a bonus of $4,000 on the sales of New Hampshire home. A nice gesture, and one which paid dividends. But meanwhile, Harry von Tilzer had turned out lots of hits. One of his immortals being that grand old-timer, A Bird in a Gilded Cage.
She was only a bird in a gilded cage, a beautiful sight to see. You may think she's happy and free from care. She's not, though she seems to be. 'Tis sad when you think of her wasted life, for youth cannot mate with age. Her beauty was sold for an old man's gold. She's a bird in a gilded cage. 'Tis sad when you think of her wasted life, for youth cannot mate with age. Her beauty was sold for an old man's gold. She's a bird in a the cage.
There's a mighty good story back of that old song, as von Tilzer used to relate it.
The lyrics were brought to me by one Arthur Lamp. They were so much of the sob variety, I figured they'd only make a burlesque comedy song. After looking them over, I put them in my pocket and went out with the boys on a bit of a saloon crawl.
Hey, Harry! Harry von Tilzer!
Yeah, what's eating you, Bill?
Sit yourself right down at the piano and give us a song.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
All right.
What about my old New Hampshire home?
Oh, nudge to that. I'll tell you what. I'll play you a new song to some lyrics I've got in my pocket.
Okay. What do you call it?
Oh, only a bird in a gilded cage. Oh, man, it'll sure hand you a laugh. Boy, is it corn.
But von Tilzer was wrong. For when he improvised and sang that melody, nobody laughed. On the contrary, some of the women in the party were crying. Well, you know the rest. The song became one of the most popular ballads of all time. Maybe it was pure banality, but it was an enormous hit just the same. Not so long after this, Harry turned out another of those meaty songs beloved of all vaudeville artists. And by the time they'd finished with it, the world had another hit song. Von Tilzer's famous, "I Want a Girl Just Like the Girl That Married Dear Old Dad."
I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad. She was a pearl and the only girl that Daddy ever had. A good old-fashioned girl with heart so true, one who loves nobody else but you. Oh, I want a girl just like the girl that married dear old Dad.
Harry von Tilzer was nothing if not prolific, and he continued to turn out many hit songs. Those of you who can go back 30 years or so will surely remember some of these.
When the harvest days are over, Jessie dear.
On a Sunday afternoon,
Wait till the sun shines, Nellie.
the Cubanola glide.
Under the Anheuser bush.
And what a hit that song was. One of the best chorus songs ever. Just as big a hit in British countries as it was in the old USA. In fact, it's worth a revival, so we'll have it. And by way of a change, we'll give you the Cockney version of it, made famous by Florrie Ford. Down at the old Bull and Bush.
Come and make eyes at me down at the old Bull and Bush. Bush, 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 bush. Come, drink some port wine with me down at the old Bull and Bush. Hear the little German band. Just let me hold your hand, do. Come and have a drink or two down at the old Bull and Bush. Bush, bush.
Come and make eyes at me down at the old Bull and Bush, 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 bush. Come, drink some port wine with me down at the old Bull and Bush.
Hear the little German band. Just let me hold your hand, do. Come and have a drink or two down at the old Bull and Bush, bush, bush.
By the time the 20s arrived, Harry von Tilzer was a big-time publisher in his own right, and one of the most loved and delightful characters on Broadway. But meanwhile, younger brothers Albert and Will were making their presence felt. Both had the family gift of creating catchy melodies, and like their famous brother, eventually made their mark. One day, Harry tackled Albert about his composition.
You know, Albert, I think you're going the wrong way about things.
Big brother talk, huh? What am I doing wrong?
You're trying to do too many things. You can't be a successful variety artist and a real songwriter at the same time.
I've got by all right up to date.
Maybe, but you'll have to come to a decision as I did. It's either vaudeville or songwriting. And I figure your forte is songwriting.
Perhaps you're right, Harry.
I know I'm right, kid. So let's settle down to a career of writing. You've got the goods, and I can publish them. Why, already you've written a standard. Heck, some writers go through life without attaining that. Now, what do you say?
Okay, Harry. Maybe Big Brother knows best.
And time proved that the elder von Tilzer was right on the ball. The standard that Albert had already created was that great old-timer, Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd.
Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack.
I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game. Root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out at the old ball game.
Thanks to the guidance of his elder brother, Albert concentrated on the art of writing hit songs, and he never looked back. Around 1918, Harry introduced Albert to lyric writer Lou Brown.
Al, I want you to meet Lou Brown.
Glad to meet you, Lou.
That goes for me too, Al.
Well, let's cut out the preliminaries and get down to business. Al, Lou Brown is one of the most promising writers of words that I've come across in years. Now, I propose to him that he should team up with you. Lou will provide the ideas, you the melodies. What do you say, Al?
Well, if Lou is as good as you say he is, we don't seem to have much to lose, do we?
No, sir. And if my judgment is right, you fellas will turn out a whole bunch of hits.
And the astute Harry was again 100% right. For within a space of a few years, Lou Brown and Albert von Tilzer gave us a succession of bestsellers that rocked the music industry. Their first being Give Me the Moonlight, Give Me the Girl.
Give me the moonlight, give me the girl, and leave the rest to me. Give me a shady nook by a Babylon brook where no one can see. Give me a bench for two where we can bill and coo, and mine shall truly be. If you ever are in doubt and you want to try me out, give me the moonlight, give me the girl, and leave the rest to me. Give me a bench for two where we can fill and coo, and mine shall surely be. If you ever are in doubt and you want to try me out, give me the moonlight, give me the girl, and leave the rest to me.
That smash was the forerunner of many others, and a reminder of the extent to which the world of popular songdom is indebted to this amazingly talented family's contribution to lighter music. The best way to revive these songs is to sing them. So, for our finale to the von Tilzer saga, Let's have a medley of these grand songs. And grand songs they were, because they're just as well known today as they were when written some 30 years ago. So, let's go.
Oh, by gee, by gosh, by God, by John. Oh, by jingo, won't you hear our love? We will build for you a hut. You will be our favorite nut. We'll have a lot of little oh-by dollies. Then we'll put them in the follies. By jingo said, by golly gee. By Jiminy, please don't bother me. So they all went away singing, oh, by gee, by gosh, by gum, by Joe, by jingo. By gee, you're the only one for me.
I used to love you, but it's all over now. You put it all over town that you turned me down. You shouldn't let that kind of story go round. You've had your chances, but it's all over. I'll get along somehow. The things that you did I used to forgive, but you'll never change just as long as you live. I used to love you, but it's all over now.
Put your arms around me, honey. Hold me tight. I love and cuddle up with all your might. Oh, oh, won't you roll those eyes? Eyes that I just idolize. When they look at me, my heart begins to float. Then it starts a-rocking like a motorboat. Oh, I never knew any girl like you.
And so the Von Tilzers pass on, but not their melodies. They'll be with us through the years to come, to delight future generations as they did generations of the past. Their song and story was recreated by Beryl Walker, Keith Hudson, Richard Gaze, Frank Holbrook, Jack Perry, Max Blake, William Laird's Melodians, and Eula Parker and her Parkettes. Your compere was John Morgan. Orchestra and chorus under the baton of William Flynn. With a Song in My Heart was produced by Alfred Potter and scripted and directed by Jack O'Hagan.